Hi, my name is Beth. I've been working with Angel's Grace Hospice for about a year now, and I wanted to let you know about an experience that I had with one of the patients here. I met Miss Anna early in the wintertime, and I got to know her through some conversations a little bit slowly. She would ask, "Where am I? Who are you?" And I'd tell her, "I'm a friend and I'm here to spend some time with you." So light conversation. And as the season started to change, she sat by a window and there's this beautiful green tree. And I told her that summer's coming. And she contemplated for a little while, and she said that when she was growing up, summer wasn't exciting for her because she grew up in Springfield, Illinois. And summer for her meant canning beans and canning. And that was a lot of work. But her favorite part was when she would steal one of the canning jars and catch fireflies with her sister. And this was back when there was no internet or no phones or anything. So she would take the jar of fireflies and watch them all night underneath her covers, watching this jar of fireflies lighting up and until she fell asleep. But she felt bad because first she learned to poke holes in the top of the jar so that they would survive. But then after a while, she just felt like it was cruel to keep these beautiful bugs in a jar. So she stopped keeping the fireflies in a jar because she didn't want to be mean, even though she would put sticks in the jar to give them a better environment. So I wanted to give her a little bit of that memory back here in the home that she was staying in. So I got a plastic jar. I didn't want to bring a glass jar to her. And I bought little fairy lights and I put them in the jar, battery powered, and I gave them to her to let her know that she can now have an ethical jar of fireflies to keep to herself and as a nightlight in her room. And she lit up when she saw it and she loved it. It was such a great story because it reminded me of a time before the internet where children had to entertain themselves with analog things like jars of fireflies. So I had to think outside the box and to think of something that I could bring to her to mirror that, but with modern day technology because I had battery powered LEDs to keep in this plastic jar that she could keep in her room. So that was a lot of fun to think outside the box. The biggest advice for volunteers, I would say, is to get to know the person, and it may take a few passes, but don't try to dig in anywhere. Just let it come naturally. Listen to anything that they have to say, and you don't even have to respond. Just listen and nod and smile and keep your face lit up, and eventually they may light up as well and share something from their past with you, which